Back to that Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.
And we're back from Times Square. Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us on Biz TV, the Salem News Channel, and about 300 and something radio stations coast to coast. Grateful for you being with us. Kevin Sorbo and the better half of the Sorbo clan, Sam, is with us.
I'll take
Kevin,
it.
Kevin, I don't think you object to that, do you? I mean, you know,
No.
we all outkicked our coverage, as they say. And
That's why my Vikings are 3-4, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, you took care of San Francisco this week.
That's true.
My Dallas Cowboy fans are plenty good with that. Let's talk about real manhood. The Test of Lionhood is the name of your latest book, and you're starting to get, shall we say, a familiar treatment as people did with another book from the same group last year. What's the story?
Yeah, this is from the Brave book family, Test of Lionhood. Kirk Cameron.
Love the Brave books. They are the kinds of things your little boys need to be reading, and girls, but you need to be reading them, yes.
Bravebooks.com. Kirk Cameron had his out last year, and of course got attacked from our public libraries that we fund with our tax dollars. They wouldn't let him read to 7 and 8-year-olds, but they were okay with drag queens reading to these 7 and 8-year-olds. Because if you've seen Kirk Cameron, he's a very intimidating, scary guy. So I guess this can be too much for 7 and 8-year-olds. So I do a lot of speaking events. And I'll say, I mentioned earlier, I'm so tired of the silent majority. How bad does it have to get for people to wake up? It's really unbelievable. And that counts with a lot of Christians out there too, and a lot of churches and a lot of pastors who forget that they work for God, not for government. But anyway, I wrote a book with these guys because I talk about we need to wake up the lions. The sheep are going to be the sheep. And this is really a pro-child book is what it is. It's not bashing on anybody. The alphabet crowd went after me saying this is trans. I said, it's not trans anything. It's pro-child. It's a wonderful little story about Lucas, the lion cub. Lucas, little 9-year-old kid, he goes out and play with his 2 little sisters out in the woods. The sister gets cut by a plant. She's going to die. He's well aware from his father about the only flower that can save you from that plant. So he's too far away from home, too close to the flower. He's got to go get the flower. He's got to find his courage, get past his fears and his insecurities and the roadblocks in front of him. And it's really a stepping stone to let kids be kids. Let them grow up to be adults. Let them decide what they want to do with their lives when they're old enough to make a decision. So it's really—
It also identifies that kids want to emulate adults.
Yeah.
And so it really encourages the child to find that courage, find that bravery deep inside. It's great for little girls to read because they see a young man trying to be a young man.
It's attack on the emasculation of the world.
Yes.
It's pro masculinity is what it is. Embrace masculinity. It's crazy what we're doing to try to make men more like women and women more like men. We are different. There are some things that are the same, but for the most part, we bring different things to each other. We bring different things to the family as well.
Well,
I'm taking anything. Pardon?
We've stopped in this culture. We've stopped celebrating distinction. We think that distinction is somehow confused with equality, and it has nothing to do with it. God created each of us with giftings and things that we're good at and things that we may be better at than someone else. And we should celebrate those things that we are distinct in. But to the left, and we'll go back to this as kind of our bringing the whole conversation full circle. I've been saying for a few weeks and months now that I think that the left, if you study what they've done specifically since this administration has come into power, the way they have used children, they want them aborted. They don't want parents to have say over anything in their life once they hit school age. They want to introduce the most radical concepts of identity and force them upon them. They want to punish anyone who disagrees with this aspect, and they refuse to look at the outcomes of what those goals have put, so that nobody will talk about the detransitioning movement that the Independent Women's Forum is documenting. They just want to use them for their agenda, and when they're done, they want to throw them away.
Well, you're making my point about homeschooling for me, so thank you for that.
Well, it sounds a lot like Lenin back in 1917. There's a lot of similarities in that and the whole communist movement. And he said, we got to get the children in during the education years. And they were very successful at that. So we're doing the same thing here, which is absolutely insane. People, wake up. Quit. You're going to get canceled anyway. And stop being afraid of that stuff. It's ridiculous that we can't get bigger voices out there. I have a lot of actors I've been working with, actually both sides of the camera the last 6-7 years, thanking me very quietly on the set for being a voice for them. Be a voice for yourself. mean, enough of this stuff. I mean,
But
wake up.
But we've trained in cowardice through our schools. We've trained in the inability to discern, so we no longer have discernment. Yeah. So even when we see something that we know deep down is wrong, we don't have the strength or the fortitude to stand for what is right.
You've covered a lot of ground in the last few minutes. SorboStudios.com.
Yes.
Is kind of the portal to get to everything.
Yep.
Whether it's the book, the homeschool curriculum, the tickets for the movies, go check it out. All of the projects are there, and then follow them on the socials as well. Sam, Kevin, it is great to have you. Great to see you. Wish we could do it in person. Maybe next time we will.
Ready or not, we'll be right back. That Kevin.